I think the content play, the Discover platform, is actually really where they're shining, because ultimately, in order to generate the added ad dollars, you need people to stick around and look at stuff beyond just snapping photos themselves and sending it to each other. So I think that's the key measure. I think from what I'm seeing here, audience watching content has grown 35% year over year. That's pretty significant. 60% year over year growth on how much time spent on the content. So, once upon a time, Snap liked to call itself a camera company. It's a media company. Come on, we always knew that. These numbers prove it.
That was during the IPO.
Not during the IPO race, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ali, what's your take on these numbers?
Yeah, I think they were pretty impressive. I think the DAU growth was certainly impressive. And of course, as you can see by the reaction, pretty surprising. I will say this, though, to a certain extent, that growth acceleration may not last that long, although their guidance is also pretty impressive. But the reason their growth, their user growth may not accelerate that long is because mainly the growth, in my opinion, or in our opinion, was driven by the Android revamp. So that's not going to continue. And of course, don't forget that these guys' main competitor is Facebook's Instagram, and their user base continues to grow too. But overall, very positive.
Ed, I was yesterday I had this question, and I've been wondering about the proliferation of TikTok, how fast it's growing.
He's obsessed with TikTok.
I'm obsessed with it as a phenomenon. I absolutely am, because if a competitor can come out of nowhere that fast and get that popular, does it ratify the Snap type approach, or does it mean, these guys don't have a lock on anything?
No, I think TikTok is a great example to bring up because of how fast it came out of nowhere and quickly a lot of people adopted it, especially the very people that Snap and also Instagram have claimed, which is young people. And so I think the fact that a new social media platform can come out of nowhere and just sort of get really, really popular shows you the overhang, right? Shows you sort of the some of the risks to being in this space generally. At the same time, again, I'm going to point to the content play, because if you have content that they're going to come back regularly speaking, then that's what they're going to stick with, right? That, and plus their friends being on there, sending each other messages. Short of that,
and it's probably not a zero-sum.
Exactly. You need to program it. Right now, TikTok is hugely popular, partly because it's new, but it's designed around programming. You're uploading these sort of short videos, tuned to music. Yeah. It's a really nifty gimmick, but again, it's like you're always relying on your user base to program it for you. It's going to go up and down.
Ali, where are you on valuation?
On valuation, going into the earnings, we had it at $14 a share, which we've had it for over 12 months. The stock has certainly performed well, so we're going to have to review our numbers and look to see what adjustments may be needed. But just going back to what your other guest was saying, I do think that another thing to look at is the already established wide user base that its main competitor, Instagram, or let's say Facebook, already has, which is over 2 billion. So certainly the newcomers, we don't think will be that much of a threat to companies such as Facebook with that over 2 billion users.